Black Clover Chapter 237, probably one of the most polarizing endings we had in quite a while. You have people who are happy about this, then you have people who are upset about this, mainly due to the fact because of William. You have a part of the fan base that just would not forgive William whatsoever for what he's done, and then you have part of the fan base where they do forgive William. They feel like he did nothing wrong, which that's another topic for a different day. But in this chapter, we get more confirmation of the elf powers that they had when they were elf possessed, not just transferred to certain characters, but the whole entire Golden Dawn that were possessed. So it makes it in a way where the Golden Dawn members had an extra boost of power doing this time skip as well. The previous elf powers plus training. But obviously, Siemens didn't work out that well because in these previous chapters, we just keep seeing bodies and bodies of Golden Dawn members. Just so many L's they have taken, but they definitely had some W's. But sacrifices had to be made. But man, that ending. William, we gonna talk about that. So before we dive in this review, guys, if you're enjoying the Black Clover content, as always, leave a like on this video, subscribe with notification bells on. I appreciate it a lot. So let's talk about Black Clover Chapter 237, Sheer Obstinacy. This chapter starts off where we see the other battle on the other side of the Golden Dawn headquarters up against the other member of the Dark Disciples, and we see a lot of bodies just piled up everywhere with nothing but mist around. We see Klaus is protecting two other Golden Dawn members with his steel magic because it's hard to pinpoint the enemy's location, and this guy is very tricky. He was just cloning himself with this mist magic. Klaus is struggling, having a hard time. Everything he used against this guy, every attack that he used with this steel magic, it just invades right out of him. It just seems as though he has missed mimicry. Now, there is a character in the story of Black Clover, Noel's sister, Nebra Silva, who has missed magic, but this is way more advanced because he is covering up the whole battlefield with mist magic and just sending out little mist attack bombs at Klaus and the other Golden Dawn members, just overwhelming them with sheer power. And the way that it's about to set this up for this character, he talks a lot while fighting, telling Klaus and the other Golden Dawn members, saying, no matter how many you guys are, I'm going to win. You can never hit me. He states that he's a stage 0 magic mage and he is a genius chosen by the Dark Triad. Now, the other Dark Disciples stated that he can use up to 40% of demon powers, so I'm curious what's the percentage of this guy, because the other Dark Disciple with the stone magic, he also stated that the captains have 5%. Just like the character that Asta defeated in the Grand Magic Zone in the fortress. So if I was to guess, I would say this guy also may be another 40% demon power user in his stage 0 class. So it's very possible that they're probably equal. But I do believe once we see other Dark Disciples later on in this arc, they could possibly release up to 50 to 60% of demon powers. But this guy's mist magic is very overpowered. Every attack spell that they are using, nothing is working. And then we see Letoile, I believe that's her name, the Compass Girl. I think it's Letoile or Letoile. I cannot pronounce these characters' names a lot. You guys see me butcher names every week. This is like a tradition now. But with her compass magic, she cannot locate this guy. Wherever he is on the battlefield, she cannot find him. And usually with compass magic, you would think she can pinpoint the enemy's location, but she cannot find him. But I'm very happy to see her again in the story because I truly believe that she's one of the most, if not the most underrated character in the Golden Dawns. Her magic is very powerful. Even though she was elf possessed and amped up with the elf's power, she was giving Nozel and Noel problems because her magic when she was elf possessed is very tricky, but overall her magic is very tricky. But speaking of elf possessed, we find out in the next panel a flashback with the Golden Dawn members. William states that a little of the elves' magic still remains within us. Some of you may be opposed of using that power that attacked the Clover Kingdom. However, this time we would take that vast power for ourselves, turn it into the ultimate strength to protect the Clover Kingdom. And I like this a lot. I like that William states this because it shows the growth. It shows that he is changing and he realizes his mistakes and he wants to protect the Clover Kingdom. Because honestly, if the citizens knew about this whole Patry and William situation, it would be hard for them to forgive William, but they don't know. But This relates to even half of the fan base. They do not forgive William, which is crazy. The other half, they forgive him. It's so divided, and I promise, guys, I will make a video about this because I feel like this needs to be touched on. William's character needs to be explained. But one of the main reasons why I really love this quote from William, because he really talks about and highlights the fact that people that were elf-possessed are traumatized. It could be traumatized of using that same vast power that they used before when they were elf-possessed, killing innocents. So we don't think about the trauma that they go through of day-to-day lives using this power. Your own power is a constant reminder of what you did when you were elf-possessed. Even though they weren't in control of their bodies, it still affects them because they have the memories. But then Letoile, or the Compass Girl, I'm just gonna call her the Compass Girl because I feel like I'm just going to butcher her name. Probably somebody's gonna get pissed off like, her name is this, like, hey, give me a break, alright? But she states that even after 6 months of training, they still weren't at the elves level, but they managed to make that power their own. Now, I don't think this applies to everyone because I truly believe that Yuno, in this sense, that he is very powerful and probably stronger. I think he is stronger than what he was in the elf reincarnation arc when they fought against the warrior magic devil. I think that this time skip Yuno is much stronger. He has a better understanding of his mana and knows how to control his magic. We see him use the Spirit of Zephyr way better than what he used it when he used it against the Warrior Magic Devil. This time he has more control of it. He has the 4-leaf Clover Grimoire, which adds more potential to his power. He has the Magic Necklace, which amps his power. He has the Wind Spirit, which increases his power. Yuno is just broken. And I think it's much easier for Yuno to reach that power again because he was conscious while this was happening. He wasn't really possessed. So in a way, I think everyone else that's not Yuno are going to have a tougher time trying to reach that level again. We then see Klaus bloody up, just thinking to himself like, wow, this enemy's magic is too strong. And the Dark Disciple is telling Klaus, just give up. Your body's a mess, your spells are broken, you cannot win. And he's just laughing while saying this, just telling Klaus, just give up. But Klaus is not backing down, he's completely motivated. He tells the Dark Disciple that his will is not broken, but the Dark Disciple starts cloning himself with this mist magic, ready to do the final attack against Klaus. And then we just see wind tornadoes just spinning throughout the mist, and we see Yuno just comes in and save the day. And the Dark Disciple is so shocked. He's like, wow, this guy just blew away my mist, my natural enemy, because wind beats mist any day. So this is a perfect matchup for Yuno, but Yuno gets caught immediately with the mist magic, with his mist creation magic, sealing spectral hands, and Yuno cannot break out of this because he's completely exhausted from his last fight. So this Dark Disciple got everyone cornered. He's ready to kill everyone, but except for the Compass Girl. The Compass Girl, this was a perfect opportunity and a perfect distraction for Yuno to make this happen, for her to bring in her Atlas spell, her compass magic. And once she did this, she was able to corner the Dark Disciple and bring him to her Atlas spell. And we already know once you in this spell, your magic is pretty much disrupted. You cannot do much. She was able to strip away all the mist magic around him, that he wasn't able to clone himself or be in mist mimicry form. But with this distraction, Klaus was able to come in with a sneak attack to completely one-shot this guy with his steel attack magic. And this was very important for Klaus as a character because he talks about that characters or people with raw natural talent, that surpass him or blocks him in his way, that he cannot match them talent-wise. It does not stop him from being a great magic knight. And Klaus, you just gotta hand it to the guy. He's a hard worker, and just thinking about the character he was when we first see him to the character that he is now, he improved a lot. It's a lot of character development, and Klaus is that guy you want on your team. So I was very happy in this moment for Klaus that he was able to be the one to do the final blow on this Dark Disciple. But I wish we would have seen more of this guy. If I were to nitpick for these past few chapters, I'm not impressed of these Dark Disciples. I would expect them to at least do more, be more threatening, but they're just losing, just getting one shot. So I guess I expect his powers to be more fleshed out, because the stone magic guy, his magic was definitely more fleshed out, but this guy, he just lost, and we don't know anything about him anymore, so. But the next Dark Disciples, they have to be powerful. I gotta remember that this arc is still early. This is only the beginning, so we're gonna see much stronger characters. But after this, the aftermath, when you see the top ceiling just starts to cave in after everyone just reunited, you see Zeno, nothing but bones all around William, and he is just holding up William almost to the point where William looks like he's dead. And then you see Zeno just turns around while Yuno and Klaus and everyone just shocked. He says, "So, I guess they aren't dead yet, huh?" And that was the end of the chapter. This is reinforcement times because Zeno just completely bodied William. This is a captain. You know, William is stated to be one of the strongest characters in the Clover Kingdom. He is captain. He was the closest to being the next Wizard King. This is ridiculous because the thing is, Zeno didn't have a single scratch, and it seemed as though William didn't stand a chance. So we really think that Klaus and Yuno and the Compass Girl can do anything? No, this is reinforcement time. Somebody like Captain Yami, Fagolion, and Nozel, and Marileona, and characters like those, Jack. Not Leopold. Leopold gets one shot. I don't know why I thought about Leopold, but a lot of people talked about that William is dead. But guys, remember, Zeno said kill everyone but leave the arcane stage alive. And it was confirmed that William is arcane stage. So Zeno clearly needs William alive. I think he just beat him up very bad so he can capture him. But for everyone else, they're gonna die unless somebody else comes in and help and Zeno can escape. But other than that, man, this was a great chapter. By the way, guys, I know this review came out a little late. If you see my community post, I found out the news about Kobe Bryant in the middle of recording this, and I had to stop because it felt so unreal. You know, I'm shocked. Kobe Bryant was a huge part of my childhood. You know, a huge part of a lot of our childhoods. You know, Kobe was just my favorite modern day player of all time. You know, every time we took a shot at the trash can in school and whatnot, we always said Kobe. You know, it was never anyone else. It was always Kobe, and still to this day. You know, you never know how short life is, and that's why I always say at the end of my videos, guys, you guys take care of yourself, have an awesome life, you know, live while you can. What I mean by that, live without regrets, man. Take advantage, take every opportunity while you can. Don't be depressed. Depression is only illusion. And rip to everyone that was in that plane, that helicopter crash. You know, I heard that his daughter was involved, and that's sad to hear too. So rip to everyone that was involved. But I'm gonna end it here. You guys take care of yourself. Have an awesome life, and I'm out.